In this series, I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to strip away all the complexity and hard graft and teach you how to cook amazing food standing on your head. That is amazing. Incredibly tender. From the kitchen novice to the budding chef, I'm going to give you the confidence, the recipes, and the insider knowledge to make you a much better cook. The most important thing is to get your technique right.
I've been cooking in professional kitchens for over 25 years.
Put a little bit of rock salt in the garlic breadcrumbs.
I've been taught by some of the best chefs in the world, and in turn, I've taught some of the best.
What cheese is in the macaroni now?
Now, I'm going to show you some simple and accessible recipes for fantastic food that you can easily cook at home.
Incredible.
Holding you by the hand
Just getting better and better and better.
and teaching you everything from how to cook with chili and spice to baking, one-pot wonders and real fast food.
This is the only cookery course you'll ever need.
Welcome to my ultimate cookery course.
Packed with quick cooking tips, know-how, and 100 recipes to take your life on.
Now, get ready, because this one is all about cooking for special occasions. When you're cooking for a special occasion, you want to nail some key things. 1, your recipes need to be bulletproof. You don't want a disaster on the big day. 2, as well as tasting phenomenal, they have to be easy to serve so you can relax and enjoy yourself. 3, when you're out to impress, food needs to look great too. My first recipe fits the bill perfectly. Stuffed lamb with spinach and pine nuts.
Stuffed meats are perfect for special occasions. They look impressive, taste amazing, but more importantly, they are so simple to do. Pan on for the stuffing. It's a saddle of lamb, basically a sort of Rolls-Royce cut, perfectly shaped, and it suits stuffing to an absolute T.
For the stuffing, finely chop an onion.
Garlic, nice thin slices. Oil in. Onions and garlic in. Just salt and pepper. Make sure the stuffing is beautifully seasoned so it helps to season the inside of the lamb. Now we've got the colour on those onions. We're going to throw in some pine nuts. And that helps to give a bit of a texture. Here's where it starts getting really exciting. Spinach in, and just lay the spinach over the pine nuts. It looks like a lot of spinach, but that's going to condense and disappear almost instantly. There's so much more flavour in spinach when you saute it, as opposed to steaming it or boiling it. Gas off, and look at that. Now, to bring that together, no eggs, no breadcrumbs, crumpled feta over the spinach.
Feta cheese adds a beautifully salty, sharp and creamy flavour.
What this does, it brings that stuffing together. Now, open up the lamb. Keep those little fillets to the side. That's the channel that we want to stuff. So I want to just open that up a little bit there. Salt and pepper, lightly. And before we put our stuffing in, we're going to season it with sumac.
Sumac is a wonderful lemony spice that goes brilliantly with lamb, and you can get it in most big supermarkets.
And it sort of cuts through that thick, rich sweetness of the lamb. Open up that lamb there. Take a spoon. If you're preparing this for the day ahead, then let the stuffing cool down. It's inevitable when you start rolling it and tying it, someone's going to squeeze out, so load up the ends. Take these beauties, these little fillets, and just support that stuffing and sort of increase that beautiful tunnel. And then from there, over, there, and bring that towards you, and then roll. Like I said, some of the stuffing's going to come out. Now, let's tie it. First off, around the side. And don't worry about some flash butcher's knot, just tie it. One in the middle.
You can get butcher string from your local butcher or at cookware shops.
They go too tight. Go too tight, it just forces all that stuffing out of the lamb when it's in the oven. Nice. Now, we'll just season the top of it.
Roll the joint to make sure all the skin gets seasoned.
Now, you think normally that just goes in the oven like that. That's how my mum would do it, but get your tray onto the gas. Oil in. Get it really nicely coloured. None of your stuffing's coming out of the sides, really important. Look at that colour, beautiful. It does kick-start the roasting process. Gas off, into the oven.
Cook for 45 to 55 minutes, depending on how pink you want your lamb. Lift the lamb out of the fat to rest. Resting it raised up in the tin will stop it cooking, but not cool it down too quickly, and means you won't lose any of those lovely juices. Next, I'm making a simple but sophisticated accompaniment for the lamb.
Top and tail the cucumber. Peel it. Cut the cucumber into 3 and just core. Taking out all that, it's just sort of watery, seedy, and it spoils the flavour. Slice the cucumber. Cucumber in. Really nice way of making a cheap and cheerful cucumber look glamorous. We're going to dress that cucumber with a nice fresh yogurt. A couple of tablespoons. Next, some fresh mint. Dress it. Touch of salt. Touch of pepper. And then pomegranate molasses. That just sweetens it up. Finish that with lemon. Mix that up. Lamb is rested. Carefully take off the string and then just gently pull them back. Straight edge knife that's going to cut through that crispy fat on the outside instantly. I tied it purposely so I can get my portion control from the lines. Hold it nice and firmly. Look at your line where the string was and look. And this one is going to be amazing. Lay and down. Just in those 2 slices there, it proves that stuffing meats is for special occasions, because that is a saddle of lamb at its absolute best.
Stuffing meats and fish not only makes them look fantastic, it also gives them an extra added flavour dimension too. Once you've mastered the technique, you'll be able to turn out dishes that will guarantee you'll have an unforgettable feast. Here are 3 more of my favourite easy stuffed dishes that are perfect for any feast. First up, chicken with garlic and chestnut stuffing, packed with flavour and earthy richness. For the stuffing, fry finely chopped onion, garlic, and celery in hot olive oil. Next, add pine nuts, which have a lovely creamy taste, and chopped, earthy cooked chestnuts. Both add a wonderfully chewy texture and richness to stuffings. Season. And add chopped parsley. Then stir in cooked wild rice. Next, take a whole deboned chicken. It's fiddly to do at home, but if you ask, your butcher will do it for you, and pile the stuffing mixture along the centre. Now simply roll the chicken up tightly and tie it with your butcher's string. Then roast in a hot oven for just over an hour. Simply carve into magnificent thick slices. So impressive, so easy, and trust me, this is a dish guaranteed to get a fantastic reaction on any occasion. Whole stuffed fish will always make an impression. My next recipe is sea bass stuffed with fennel, lemon, and capers. First, place a whole gutted sea bass on foil and season the fish inside and out. Sea bass is known as the king of the seas and has a wonderful sweet white flesh. Start the stuffing with sliced fennel. Its aniseed flavour works brilliantly with the fish. Next, add capers, fresh dill, and slices of lemon. Then dot in knobs of butter. Lastly, add a splash of white wine, which helps to steam the fish and creates a lovely sauce. And seal tightly into a parcel. This locks in all the juices and flavour. Then simply bake in a medium oven. Unwrap and hear your guests ooh and ah with delight. Prepared in 10 minutes, wrap for intense flavour, a stunning sea bass that's bound to create a stir. My next dish throws a Spanish twist on a classic English roast. Pork stuffed with manchego and membrillo. Use a pork loin roasting joint. Lay the joint skin side down and cut 3/4 of the way into the flesh, creating space for the stuffing. Next, thinly sliced Spanish Manchego cheese. This has a wonderful buttery, nutty taste and is fantastic for stuffing as it melts brilliantly. Sliced Spanish Membreno quince jelly, sweet and perfumed, is the perfect partner for the saltiness of the cheese. Then simply layer your cheese and quince jelly into the pork. Add sage leaves for a strong and deliciously bitter flavour. Roll the meat up and tie with butcher's string. Next, add more sage leaves and some aromatic fresh thyme to a roasting tin. Then lay the pork on top, skin side up. Cut a bulb of garlic in half and wedge it under the meat. The garlic wedges help lift the pork so it roasts to perfection and will add a sweet depth of flavour to your gravy. Drizzle with olive oil. Season and roast for just over an hour with the heat on high for the first 20, which helps get the skin crispy and golden. Once cooked, leave the pork to rest as you make a stunning gravy. Simply place the roasting tin over a medium heat, add a glug of sherry and deglaze. Using the roasting juices gives your gravy maximum flavour. Simmer and reduce for a few minutes. Then pour in the incredible resting juices from the pork. Finally, strain the silky rich gravy over the stuffed loin and serve immediately. Stuffed through with incredible flavour, rich, sweet and aromatic, a stunning centrepiece fit to grace any table, anywhere, anytime. 3 dishes stuffed to perfection. Proof you can have food that's simple to pull off, but looks incredible and tastes $1,000,000.
Amazing.
To make these recipes, you only need to rely on 2 basic pieces of kit.
You don't need to spend a fortune on masses of kitchen equipment. Roasting and baking tray. These things, so versatile, great for baking whole fish on, fantastic for making breads, and so cheap. A classic 2-handled roasting tray, brilliant for roasting whole birds, finishing sauces, gravies on top of the stove, over the gas string burner. Again, versatile.
The more solid your trays are, the better. Then they won't buckle and they will last.
Cheap, but seriously essential.
Coming up on my ultimate cookery course, more great tips to make your special occasions unforgettable.
There you go. The most amazing prawn, ready for cooking.
How to buy great shellfish when you're out to impress.
We have got the finest oysters in the world.
And a very special starter that will never let you down.
Tastes amazing.
This is my ultimate cookery course, 100 recipes to stake your life on. I'll be teaching you how to grab your guests' attention with an amazingly easy but stunning starter.
The good news about these wraps is that you can make them up in advance.
But first,
My guide to getting the best ingredients for your money.
when your cooking needs to impress, it really pays to spend extra time shopping for great ingredients, and you'll reap the rewards when it's time to serve.
Next up, my guide to buying the finest shellfish.
Whether it's scallops, prawns, crabs or lobster, spanking fresh shellfish never fails to make an impression. And when you want the best crustaceans, it pays to ask an expert.
£19, it's a bargain at £20.
Fishmonger Roger Barton really knows his shellfish inside out.
Hello, what is that? You said, can he go back home? So I'm sorry, bruv, you're with me.
He's been in the fish game at London's Billingsgate Market for over 35 years. Glean some of his knowledge and you'll never be at a loss when it comes to shopping for shellfish.
Right, what we've got here are crevettes. Some people know them as prawns. And these are a picture. They've got to be lovely and shiny. You'll find, if they're too limp, the head starts coming away from the body. Not a good sign. Looks a bit like me. Worse for the wear. Chop your old garlic up, get the old wok, lovely, bit of olive oil, lovely, lovely jubbly, lovely, lovely jubbly. In they go. Absolutely fantastic.
And if you like prawns as much as me, then you'll love all these different kinds. Here are my favourites. Brown shrimps. Might be tiny, but punch well above their weight in terms of taste. I love them potted in spice butter and spread on toast. Atlantic prawns are great value and packed with flavour, fantastic as tapas or in curries. Small tiger prawns are also good value and great for Asian salads, stir-fries and fish stews. Whereas these massive ones are so spectacular, I just keep them simple, marinated in garlic, oil and chilli, char-grilled and served in their shells. And langoustines are one of my favourites. You can buy these succulent beauties whole, just roast or boil and serve with garlic mayonnaise.
People used to eat winkles, cockles. They're not doing it anymore. It's such a shame. They should be more daring. All due respect, you wouldn't make love the same way for the rest of your life. Winkles, there they are. Lovely. They smell of the sea. A little bit of pepper and salt and a dash of vinegar with them. That does enhance the flavour. In this country, we have got the finest oysters in the world. I die for these. The only thing you have to look for with an oyster that it's tightly closed. If it's open, avoid it. Be venturous. Come on, try it. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Get the right recipe and the freshest shellfish and you'll guarantee success in the kitchen. Whether it's in one of my restaurants or back at home, I know that as well as delicious food, one of the fundamentals to making guests happy is creating a great atmosphere. So, my next recipe, where guests get to eat with their hands, is perfect for a special occasion. Vietnamese-style fresh prawn rolls.
One of the keys to cooking for crowds is creating the atmosphere and that buzz. Getting your guests to sort of almost get involved and dip in and dip out. This is an exciting, fragrant wrap that is so easy to do. First off, soak the noodles. These are thin glass noodles. Basically bring the kettle up to the boil and just pour. Just let them steep there for a couple of minutes.
The noodles are for my prawn rolls. As they soak, I'm going to make a spicy dipping sauce to go with them.
Start off with sugar. We're trying to create that sweet, sour, salty, but a really nice sort of heated sauce as well. Rice wine vinegar, that will dissolve the sugar. Fish sauce, now that's going to give it its saltiness. Next, the chili. I want the seeds left in because I want some power. Chili in, a little bit of garlic. Don't need to chop it too finely. Just slice it. Take a spring onion, just top and tail them. Slice. Slice the spring onion nice and thinly so it sort of almost permeates that dipping sauce. I grew up with the love of spring rolls, but on the back of my visit to Vietnam, it sort of transformed my respect for a spring roll. Give that a little mix. A little bit of coriander and fresh mint. Roll them up and chop. Herbs in. There's no olive oil in there. There's no cream, there's no butter. It's just a really nice light dipping sauce and wow, got all those senses going on. Now, we're gonna make the filling for the wraps. A really nice fresh noodle salad.
Rinse the noodles in cold water, then chop them into bite-sized lengths.
Prawns, peeled and cooked. Slice them up. The prawns give a really nice sweetness. Next, the vegetables. I want crunch, freshness, texture, baby gem lettuce, and just shred that lettuce. Next, spring onion. The good news about these wraps is that you can make them up in advance, sit them in the fridge, and then take them out, literally seconds before your guests arrive. Peel the carrot. So you've got a really nice, fresh, crunchy carrot. Now, fresh mint, fresh basil, and fresh coriander. Together, it sounds a little bit bizarre, but it tastes amazing.
Don't hold back with the herbs. They'll really help make the filling vibrant, fresh, and aromatic.
Finally, a touch of lime. Just squeeze that fresh lime juice over there. A couple of tablespoons of your dipping sauce. Don't put too much in there, it just makes all the filling too wet. Just give that a really good mix. That's a very quick, simple salad to eat now, but let's get it into a wrap. Now, take your rice paper wrap, literally 30 seconds in warm water.
You can get rice paper wraps from your local Asian supermarket or buy them online.
Gently lift it out of the water. There, Beautiful. Lay it carefully onto your board. Place the mixture at the bottom. Don't overfill it, because it'll be a nightmare to roll. Fold them over first, nice and tightly, halfway. Then tuck in the ends. And make sure nothing's coming out the sides. Beautiful. They're so light, fragrant, incredibly simple to do. And there you go, a very delicious, fragrant Asian wrap. Certainly different to the Chinese spring rolls I grew up with.
Next, 5 more of my 100 tips to help your special occasion cooking better. Kicking off with how to prepare prawns.
To prep it, get the head and twist. Keep hold of those heads, make the most amazing stock. And then with your thumb, get underneath the shell and just peel off that beautiful little layer. Now, with your thumb and your finger, push and shake, and look, the whole tail comes off. You don't have to peel the whole thing. From there, get your knife and just gently cut the surface of the prawn. And what we're looking for there is that little dirt sack. That's got to come out, otherwise if you cook the prawn with that sack in there, it's crunchy, it's not very nice, and it ruins that sweet flavour. And there you go, the most amazing prawn ready for cooking.
Serving whole fish always makes an impact. Here's how to fillet it at the table. Run a knife along the backbone, remove the skin, and carefully lift off the portions of flesh using a fish slice. Then just lift off the backbone in one careful movement. Whole hams are always impressive. To carve one easily, hold the ham by the bone and cut down the meat as close to the bone as possible. You can then lay your cut ham flat on the board, making it nice and easy to slice thinly and evenly. For perfect pork crackling, pour over hot oil before roasting in the oven. It'll come out beautifully crisp and crunchy. And when you need to chill wine fast, simply add a large handful of salt to your ice bucket. The salt reduces the freezing point of the water, which will chill your wine in 6 minutes flat. Follow my ultimate cookery course, crammed with key lessons. Top tips and 100 recipes to stake your life on, and you'll literally be cooking yourself into a better chef. To collect selected recipes from the show, go to my scrapbook at channel4.com/Gordon. Go on, get cooking. Next time, it's all about special salads and fabulous fruits.
Thai basil is a much more fragrant basil. It's slightly thicker as well.
My guide to buying salads that are fit for a feast.
There are literally thousands of varieties of salad.
And more of my ultimate recipes to delight and impress.
Incredible.
Would you tell Gordon Ramsay if you think his souffle's a bit cold? If you can do that, you're a better man than me. You're invited to head back to Hotel GB. Doors open tonight at 9. Come dine with me next.